On this week's episode of Local Matters, we highlight what's good to know in our community and go on the local scene to Duxbury for a romantic comedy about pilgrims. I'm Julie Thompson. Let's get started. A dangerous journey, a new adventure, love against all odds. No, this isn't the latest Hallmark movie. It's the story of John Alden and Priscilla Mullins. We went on the local scene to Duxbury to visit playwright Sydney Blake, who wanted to tell the story of her ancestors in a new way.
In my desk, which I hadn't cleaned in many, many years, I found an old family tree that was actually from my husband's family, and it showed that his ancestors go back to the Mayflower, to John Alden and Priscilla Mullins. And I was like, whoa, wow, this is really cool. And I'm a writer. I used to write TV comedy. So I thought, maybe I should write about this. And I thought, now the Pilgrims, everybody thinks the Pilgrims are these staid, rigid, people wearing black hats with buckles and all that, at least the men. I thought they couldn't have really been that, quite like that. Weren't they like real human beings? So I did a ton of research, and I came up with a comedy called Young Pilgrims. And it's because the characters are all basically young adults, as they were on the Mayflower. John Alden was 21, Priscilla was 18, and the others were 19, 20, one was 14, that age. So that's basically how it came about.
Priscilla.
Well, that's a lovely name. It suits you. Where are you from?
You said you'd go away.
Sorry, I forgot. Well, it was nice meeting you, Priscilla. I'm sure we'll meet again. It's a small ship.
And it's about how this poor, illiterate carpenter who worked on the Mayflower, named John Alden, really fell for this pilgrim, this very, proper pilgrim young woman. And how hard it was for him to have actually get to know her, get her to like him. Their courtship basically took the entire Mayflower trip, and it also involved their friends, their friend group. And it's all about how John pursues Priscilla all the way to the New World.
Priscilla is a saint.
Priscilla is not a saint, but her family supports them. They want to rid the church of popery.
Popery? You mean those herbs and spices that smell nice?
Nay, John, the Catholic Pope!
I don't eat herbs. You understand me better when you've known me a while.
The ship is traveling so slowly, I'm sure we'll be old friends before it lands.
How did I hear about Young Pilgrims? I heard about it on Backstage, which I'm sure you've heard before. It's, just a casting website where there's a bunch of open auditions, and I found this one and I applied for it. This is an important story to tell because it feels at first, you start to watch it and it feels like silly and it's all these kids, and even though it's this massive historical event, but then you realize that these characters are actually kids, and they have childish thoughts and they make childish jokes, and that's what these real people on the Mayflower were doing. So it sets the whole major historical event into an interesting perspective. I play Gilbert Winslow. He is the know-it-all comic relief character, always trying to. He's a big flirt, but a very unsuccessful flirt, I would say. It doesn't really work out for him in the end.
The first time we did it in New York City, and we got a great review from the New York Times, which made me think, yes, this is a good play, and yes, it should be done somewhere. And And we thought, what better place than Plymouth, or at least near Plymouth. They liked it very, very much, as did the reviewer from the Times. And it was also touching because it's not 100% comedy, because as you know, half of the Pilgrims died. So it wasn't, all laughs. So part of the play is very moving.
Well, at first I was like, oh, Pilgrims, this is interesting. But then I was just looking at the role and I was like, this fits me pretty good. I play Mary Chilton. Well, she was the first person to step off the Mayflower. She's a 13-year-old girl, and she's just having a rough time.
I played John Alden. He's like the Priscilla Mullins is his love interest, and they kind of develop a thing during the play. John Alden is one of the uneducated people of the ship. Like, he's not very pious. He's a carpenter, and he's very confident in a lot of things that he says, even if he doesn't know what he's saying. And that's one of the things that I have a lot of fun with about his character. If it weren't for the Pilgrims, then I don't think I would really be here. Not just the play, but like in America as a whole. And I think it's definitely an interesting take about the Mayflower, because whenever you watch plays about Pilgrims, it's always like very serious, but this is a romantic comedy, so it's very different.
Oh, I want to take it everywhere. I want to take it to England, to the Plymouth there, the places there, and Holland where they came from, and I'm hoping it'll go to actually universities and colleges as well as theaters, because it's history. It's part of our history, and it's the only way you're going to learn it, through comedy. So I'm hoping, everywhere. Just, it's wonderful being here. I live in New York, and Duxbury has been just a lovely, wonderful place. Duxbury and Plymouth. We've made friends here. The people are so nice. The scenery's beautiful. Couldn't have chosen a better place to be. And the people really like the play. They've really, really liked it. The audiences have grown and grown and grown. And it's been just a great experience.
I think that if I say come see Young Pilgrims, they're gonna think it's boring, but trust me, it's not. It's really funny.
I just hope they have a good time, because we're always having fun on stage, and it's always a lot more fun when we know the audience is enjoying it and getting a lot of laughs out of it.
I hope the audience takes away from this play, overall, just honestly a good time. I hope, first and foremost, I think they should enjoy themselves, laugh at some of the jokes, and then, again, just kind of realize that this massive historical moment was really just a bunch of kids who didn't know where they were going, didn't know what was going to happen to them there, and didn't know what was, waiting for them. And then it, turned out to be this historical event.
In the mood for some spooky fun? On October 21st and 22nd from 5 to 9 p.m., bring the family for a night of spooktacular fun at the Alden House historic site in Duxbury. Get lost in a haunted maze, go on a scavenger hunt, and take a mildly frightful haunted tour of the Alden House. You can also hang out with a pop-up PACTV crew on the 21st and share your thoughts on the Halloween season. Costumes are encouraged, and this event isn't recommended for children under 3. Advanced purchase of tickets is suggested as space is limited. You can find out more information at alden.org. Some would say that punk is dead, but you won't feel that at the Punk Rock Market at the Mayflower Brewing Company. On October 9th from noon to 5 p.m., browse local vendors who will be featuring items such as vinyl records, vintage goods, homemade jewelry, and more. There will also be live music and a food truck. To keep up to date on what's happening, visit the Plymouth Punk Rock Market page on Facebook. Exercise is good for the mind, body, and soul, making one feel good inside and out. If you're looking for a way to boost your metabolism and mood, the Kingston COA is offering circuit training classes on Mondays at 10 a.m. These workouts use resistance and cardio training to improve endurance and build strength, but at a faster pace than standard resistance training. If you're interested in signing up, call the COA at 781-585-0511. Calling all young entrepreneurs. 5th grade students in Plymouth are invited to participate in the 2nd annual Children's Business Fair on October 20th from 6 to 8 at Plymouth Memorial Hall. Participating students will develop a brand, create a product or service, build a marketing strategy, and open their business up for customers at this one-day marketplace. With the aim of inspiring the next generation of business owners and entrepreneurs, students will also be using skills learned in class to bring their ideas to market. To find out more, visit the district website at plymouthk12.ma.us. Halloween can be difficult for those who are sensory sensitive, which can include being sensitive to sounds, light, or textures, for example. On October 22nd from 4 to 7 p.m., with the first hour reserved for those who are sensory sensitive, Raising Hearts and City Arena will be hosting Tricks and Treats. This is an opportunity for a safe and inclusive Halloween experience for all ages. Wear your favorite costume or come as you are and participate in games, treats, and fall activities. Tickets are available through Eventbrite, and you can find out more at the event page for Tricks and Treats at City Arena in Pembroke. October is all about the tricks, the treats, the fun, and games. Join the Kingston Recreation Department and the Kingston Public Library for their Book and Treat on October 21st at 5 p.m. at the Reed Community Center. Come in costume for a character-themed trick-or-treat trail and join in on games, music, movies, and food. This is a free event, and you can register online at kingstonrec.com. Laughter is the best medicine, and yoga is a great way to relieve stress. Put them together, and you have Laughter Yoga at the Duxbury Free Library. Held October 20th at 10 a.m., join the class for a meditative, positive way to manage stress and enhance your health. Exercises are done from a seated position, so no yoga mat is needed. Registration isn't required, and you can find out more at the library's website. Spooky Times Galore will be happening at the Plymouth Family Resource Center's Haunted Mansion on Friday, October 21st at 7 p.m., located at 430 Court Street in Plymouth. Celebrate their first haunted house and feel free to wear your costumes, just no face coverings or fake weapons will be allowed. This is recommended for those 10 and older with parental guidance for those under 17 years of age. You can sign up for free tickets through Eventbrite. With October brings open enrollment for Medicare. From October 15th through December 7th, qualified seniors have the opportunity to choose their coverage for the 2023 calendar year. The Pembroke COA will have SHINE counselors available for appointments who will review coverage options, costs, and benefits and help each individual make their best decision for their needs. This is a free, confidential service, and you can find out more by calling the Pembroke COA at 781-294-8220. And if you'd like to see more content from the local scene about what's good and good to know in our community, follow us on YouTube and social media at The Local Scene by PACTV. That wraps up this episode of Local Matters. Thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed this video by The Local Scene, please give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. Thank you for watching.